Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BTV, Channel 6's production of Uintah Basin High School Sports. I'm Mark Mason, and with me is John Nurden. We're here tonight at Uintah High School for preseason action, the Uintah Utes versus the Union Cougars. And John, the Utes went up to 4A, the Cougars stay 3A, but they're not going to miss this game.
No, it's the right way to start the season for both teams. Just a good battle. You know, they're going to put one of their best games together for a first game of a season this year. It's definitely different, and each of them with pretty new programs, Mark. You know, new coaches on both sides, a lot of new thought on both sides, new way of playing basketball on both sides.
Sure, you get a new system. So for the Union Cougars, Coach Gordon Garrett, new head coach this year, and then for the Uintah Utes, Coach Kenny Hardy. And Kenny was on the bench last year with Scott Mansfield. Scott Mansfield retired at the end of last season, and Kenny took his spot. So we have two new programs. It'll be great to watch. And this game tonight here on VTV Channel 6, we want to thank the private donors that helped us bring this game tonight. It was not planned, but trying to keep you know, the tradition of showing the Cougars and the Utes play basketball. So here we are, and about 3 minutes till tip-off. And right now, I'm curious to see what's going to happen on both sides of the court as you see the Utes coming onto the court right now. On the one side, the Utes, a pretty young team, but they're basketball kids. On the Cougar side, an older team, a lot more seniors and juniors, athletic kids, but even when we're talking to Coach Matt Labrum, the statement was they're football players.
Yeah, you know, and I noticed that as we looked through the roster, looked a whole lot like the football roster we saw earlier this year. And that's a great athletic team and a really fun team to watch play football. So I'm excited to see how they play basketball.
Yeah, and you're going to watch out Weston Horrocks for the Cougars, number 20. Of course, he's their stud running back, and he had those ankle issues. And, you know, talking to the coaching staff for the Cougars before the game, said he looks good, the ankle looks strong. And then Vilda Tui, number 23, you know, we mentioned he's made all-state, all-hair for 3 years running now. And there he is out there with the ponytail on the court. And then on the other side of the court for the Utes, you know, their ponies, you're going to have, watch out for John Parker. He was a freshman that got some minutes last year. Corbin Gardner, he's a junior. He's played 2 years with varsity, and that kid can shoot. And then there's going to be some new faces out there on the court. So,
you know, Mark, I got to come and watch the little preseason warm-up game, the red and white game they play. And I thought Corbin just looks a lot older. He's seasoned between his sophomore and junior year. And we'll be interested to see how that works in his favor. You know, he is a talented kid. I got to be a part of him growing up a little bit. And my favorite thing to say to him when I was coaching as a younger kid was, hey, Corbin, just play like you're at the rec center. And he'd go down and score on 3 kids. and, you know, he just has some ability to play basketball. It's fun to watch.
Yep, just some natural court awareness. We're about 2 minutes away from tip-off. We're here on the B&D RV pregame show. Stick with us. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back for the tip-off of tonight's game.
Strains and sprains are common injuries, especially when exercising or playing sports. Falling, twisting, or getting hit can cause a strain or a sprain. Symptoms may include pain, swelling, or being unable to move a joint or muscle. Treatment usually begins with resting the injured body part and applying ice to reduce pain and swelling. Severe strains or sprains may require more extensive treatment, including surgery or physical therapy. For more information on strains and sprains, visit our website at ashleyregional.com.
At B&D RV, we are the Basin's headquarters on providing affordable, comfortable RVs that get you out of the city and into the woods. Whether you're looking for your first RV or your last, here at B&D, we will assist you with your purchase. Stop in today and see our large inventory.
Do you surf the net every time you shop? Well, forget the hard drive and make the short drive down to L&L. We have the best selection in the Basin. At L&L, we're making the car buying experience all that it can be because we're not here just to sell you a car. We're here to build a long, happy relationship. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Hey Uintah Basin, the DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics Card Lock in Naples. Come fill your tank at super low prices with the convenience of a pump. Pilot Logistics continues to provide card lock services, bulk fuel, lubes and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. The new DEF pump is at the Naples location. Here at Pilot Logistics, we are still your neighbors working hard to serve you and invite you to call 789-1832 for more information about all of the services offered by Pilot Logistics.
Are you pushing the limits of riding? Are you holding the steepest side hills? Carving the toughest lines? In the deepest powder? The 2016 Ski-Doo sleds. Are you riding or are you watching? Ski-Doo.
Well, here we are back at Uintah High School where they're starting calling out the starting lineup for the Union Cougars. Going to have number 10, Trevor Allred start. You're going to see number 12, Chance Ross. Ross family's had a lot of players come through. Number 20, Weston Horrocks. One of my favorites, fan favorite, Vil Latui, number 23. And rounding out the starting five for the Union Cougars, number 41, Austin Stewart.
You know, Mark, they've changed the way they start here the last couple of years. They got the smoke machines and the light, laser light, you know, and it's just quite a fun atmosphere to start a game this way, even for a visiting team. And as we're sitting here in the balcony waiting for the starters here that you're going to go through, we see the Cougar crazies just looking right at us. They got their backs to the court.
Yeah, and here comes the starters. You saw number 1, Corbin Gardner, number 2, John Parker, coming through the line right there. And they're going to start number 3,
Carter
Nielsen. Number 21, Dorian Walters. And rounding out the starting five for the Uintah Utes, number 23, Colby Mason.
So Mark, we're set here. You know, just take a few minutes. The lights, they happen to change the lights out last couple years, and they come right back on. So the game's going to start here in just a minute. We're going to get a tip off. We're going to see a little bit of the new style. I hope everybody's anxious as I am to see that. I know the Utes are going to do a little bit of pushing up and down the floor, and I know the Cougars are going to do a little bit of athleticism. So this looks to be a fast-paced game tonight.
Yeah, the Cougars have speed on their side for sure, with two of the fastest kids probably in 3A football lining up in the backcourt. And not as quite as much height, 6'4" for Austin Stewart. He's the tallest Cougar on the court right now. And the Cougars win the tip. It's on the ground. Walters picks it up. Walters, 2-on-1, still has the ball, lost it. It is a scrum, and it's going to be Latui picks up the ball. Latui gets fouled.
Looked like that was going to be on Nielsen, and it is.
Going to get Nielsen with his first foul of the game, first team foul for the Utes.
A little fast pace right there, up and down.
Yeah, and you said it right off the bat. We're going fast-paced both ways. Cougars look content to set up a half-court offense. Walters checks number 12, Chance Ross. Swinging around, Latui has it on the right edge. Looking for the post, battle going down there.
Look at the battle down in there. Horrocks is just using everything he's got.
So we got a battle, and it looks like they're going to stay. Is that the second team foul?
They're going to call that one on Corbin Gardner there. Yeah, he got the second foul because certainly he was getting manhandled by Horrocks.
A lot of pushing, so there's that shift. We're going to see the same kind of defense from the Utes. Anytime that ball goes, they're going to switch. Gardner picks it up, but Gardner in a scrum. Gardner going against Chance Ross, and there's going to be a jump ball.
That's a good battle. You know, Ross does a great job to get on that ball, really keep a possession there. They gain one later. You know, they don't keep it here, but they do gain a possession.
Butterflies showing a little bit early. We got the 1-3-1 defense from the Cougars. We saw that last year. You're going to see a little bit of a zone, kind of a trap, trying to trap to the corner. Here comes the trap, and if they can swing around, here come the Utes, and the Utes lose it. It swings out to Horrocks. Horrocks checked by Walters. There's a travel.
Boy, Ross going to be disappointed with that. He did a great job there. Found the big man, and they turn around and make a basket, but doesn't count, so still 0-0.
Again, the Butterflies on both teams. You got a minute gone in the first quarter, and right now it's just a
Corbin with a deep three, very deep.
It's long, rebounded by Allred. Allred looks up the right side, brings it back to the middle.
You know, Corbin missed that pretty good there, but that'll bring him out on him and open up the inside a little bit if he knocks a couple of those down.
At the red and white game for the Utes, Corbin Gardner, you'll have to watch out for that kid. He can shoot, won the three-point competition that night, and that's his forte out on the court. Horrocks with an up and under on Mason. Mason gets the rebound. Mason looks for the outlet. Here they come quickly. Ball's up to Parker. Parker for three. It's long.
Everyone's got a lot of energy tonight, both sides. Horrocks with a good rebound, good hold. So I quite like Ross. He's got some good composure. You know, he's played some basketball in his days.
Yeah, the Ross family has contributed to the Union basketball program for many generations, male and female. Chance Ross out there right now representing the family and the Gold and Black. Walters on the post, kick out Latui, back in. Nice jump shot. It's going to be the first points of the game. That's going to go to Austin Stewart for two. Skip pass out to Gardner. Gardner looking down. Deep three. That's in and out. Walters fights for it. Walters comes up with it.
Dorian
Big, strong.
Is tough.
And the Utes answer. Parker with the first points for the Utes. 2-2.
But give that to Dorian. You know, he made that happen. He stuck with it, kept it alive. You know, you look at the Utes, and they're pretty content to sit back. They almost look like they're in a zone, but they are man-to-man.
Man-to-man, you're going to see a switching. Anything that goes screen is going to be switched. They're going to try to stay with their man when they cut across the face. A little bit of a battle down on the post. Swinging out. Ross looking. Latui just trying to probe, see if they get anything open. There's the opening down the middle. There's a push, spin, just short. Rebound Gardner, he's bringing it. Got a man outside. They're going to pass it to Parker. Parker trapped.
And they swing the ball pretty good. You know, they get it moving around. And again, Horrocks with a good rebound. I don't know if you're keeping stats on that, but that's, I think, 2 or 3 for him. Oh, just a tough shot for Austin. You know, he hurried it up and.
Oh, nice block. Parker looks like he has an open layup. And coming in, Chance Ross knocks it out of bounds. Utes with the ball out of bounds are going to have a set play here.
Looks like we got a couple of substitutions for Union. Everett Miller, I quite liked him during the football season. And then number 14, Hankey. You know, I didn't even look, but it is Hankey.
Pump fake from Gardner, puts it up long again. Nice battle again. You see just boys fighting for every rebound here. 2-2, 4 minutes gone in the first period.
A lot of nerves in this game, Mark.
Everything's a little bit long, and that's just an indication.
These two teams haven't met this unseasoned for the season. So it's an interesting game to watch. A nice finish.
It was a nice finish. Gardner had a hand on the ball, but strong finish. Walters gets up. No trap here. Gets it in the inside to Mason. Mason kicks it back out. Swinging the ball around. Little switch on the defense. Still 1-3-1. Slow to rotate there. And Parker makes him pay. Parker with his first 3 of the game. He has 5, all 5 points for the Utes.
You didn't see that, but Parker's saying, get up here. We're going full court, man-to-man. I don't know if they were putting a trap on or what, but he was wanting his whole team up there, and Hankey misses the handle on that.
That's just a case of ball came, he turned his head before he had it in his hands. So 5-4, the Utes lead here on their home court. 3 minutes left in the first period.
First sub comes in for the Utes. Mason goes out and makes way for Shirtliff. You know, Shirtliff has been injured. Big Red in the game. See how he does off his return from injury.
Had a big groin injury earlier, so. There's a nice pass to Shirtliff. Power move. Shirtliff can't get it over the rim. Walters with a big rebound. Gonna call a foul on Miller. That's a tough one. Ball went down. I always say if the ball goes down, usually that means you get but if the ball goes up, that means you got the arm. So the ball went down in that case. Maybe Miller had most of the ball, but they caught it on the wrist.
They run a good play right there in the middle. Go up strong to Big Red. And there's Walter again. He just does get his hands on the ball and does a lot of good things. He's a transplant, moved in this year, so new to the program, but it's a new program at Uintah. And again, they're moving like it's a zone, and I believe it really is.
And now it looks like that zone, but they are following men through, and they're switching.
Switching everything, like you said.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a tough one.
Gee.
Ball's up, he gets it up to, and that's got to be a foul, and it is. And that's too bad, because that's what needs to happen with Ross there is instead of reaching in, just trap him, make Nielsen make a mistake, but he reached in, got the arm.
Again, it's still, not even 6 minutes into the season, and, guys are excited. They want the ball back. They want to show Coach what they're made of. I thought that was
Shirtliff with a power move. Nice entry pass down to Shirtliff.
That's what I liked about that play is the entry pass. It looked like, everyone else is shooting the ball, and it looked like Nelson was going to throw one up, and he just good shot fake and a drop down in.
So I think they give the foul to Miller. I believe that's his second foul. 3 team fouls for the Cougars.
And the rim has quite a lock on it for both teams early in the season.
Well, we're sitting right above the Cougar Crazies, and they're right now representing pretty well. You hear the chant, "You will miss," and Shirtliff just a little bit long, and I think everybody's just same thing, just a little bit excited. Those nerves are going to start calming down on both sides. Here comes substitution. Leba in for Nielsen.
And that's an interesting substitution. Nielsen kind of pushes the ball and gets it going, and Leba's a little more steady and, maybe doesn't make as erratic a play.
Shirtliff makes one.
So probably need the little calming experience of Leba in there. And they are putting the trap on. Looks like a 2-2-1.
And that's what a trap's designed to do, is just make the other team make a mistake.
You see the bench jumping in there and just being excited and part of the game.
Parker with the 3. Parker hits it, nothing but net.
Anybody else scored, or is it Parker?
Parker's got 7, and Shirtliff has the 1 free throw. There's going to be a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. The Cougars want to talk things over for just a minute.
I believe Parker has 8, 2 3-pointers and a 2.
Yep, you can count better than me, so 8 points.
Well, I have the calculator.
So we've got 9-4, and it's the 3-pointers by Parker that are the difference. in this quarter. 1:38 left in the first period. Want to remind everyone that this game is streaming live at VTVchannel6.com and will be rebroadcast on VTV Cable Channel 6 and in high definition on Cable Channel 706. Visit our website, VTVchannel6.com, for the season broadcast schedule and coverage details. So,
you know, Mark, as I look at this Union Cougar team, they're a bunch of veteran athletes. And I don't think that the basketball, and they're going to hate me for saying this, the kids, but they're not basketball kids first. And they're just coming out and playing tough and kind of sticking it to the Utes as far as physicality. But the Utes play basketball. That's all these kids do. Most of them don't play another sport. And so they have a little ability to do a few of these things, like run a trap and press and knock down three-pointers. Not that Cougars can't, just different.
Yeah, you see Richards is checked in for Stewart. Ball knocked out of bounds by Dorian Walters.
Also Hollinger.
Walters knocks the ball loose on the ground. But it's going to be a jump ball that'll stay with the Cougars. Nice hands by Dorian Walters again.
And just as I mentioned, Hollinger, you know, he dives on the floor and just good hustle play. Again, that athleticism, just athletic.
Holden's a senior this year. There's a switch there that was a little bit late. Goes up the top to Latui, checked by Walters, swings it out. A little bit of a trap. Trap ball's on the ground. Travel there. Yeah, his feet skipped. Not that he took the steps, but when he made his jump stop, his feet almost stuttered there. Oh, and there's a ball pushed up by Walters. Laban not ready for it. Coming back quickly, the Utes.
You know, Mark, I'm not sure if that wasn't going to Corbin in the corner, and Laban just didn't know that. So, a little miscommunication early in the year.
Shirtliff with the ball. Shirtliff bringing it. It's 2-on-1. Shirtliff passes it late. Need to get that pass up earlier. Got to get the ball in your playmaker's hands. Can't make that pass as the defense recovers. Pass beats a dribble every time. Ball's out of bounds. 9-4 for the Utes still. Walters calls up the set play.
Looks to me like coach wants to push the ball forward, and sometimes kids thinks that means it's a dribble.
There's a three from Gardner. It's going to be just short. Nice hustle by Leba, but he's going to get a foul called over the back. He was wrestling with number 40, Ryan Richards.
Leba and Richards. I think Richards is going to win more often than not.
That's good hustle by Leba. You know, Leba, for many years, always the shortest kid out there, and finally he's catching up. But
he's playing with basketball kids now, though. You know, he's normal size, but they're all tall.
But good hustle by Leba. Here comes that trap. Try to make things hard on the Cougars. And there's the steal. Walters all by himself. Walters soft with the right hand, misses. Gardner with the rebound. Gardner misses. Ball out of bounds. Saved. Cougars.
That's good hustle by Horrocks. Save that ball into Hollinger.
Ross with the ball. Ross swinging it. Utes all out of sorts. Missing layups they should have made. But the Cougars hustle and they bring it back. There's an almost steal. Ross thought about a three, doesn't shoot it. Latui drives. Latui blocked.
Watch out, this one's going to be a dunk right here. Nope, he doesn't do it.
Just goes with the save too. That's a nice pass up. That's good team defense that leads to a score. And so at the end of the first quarter, it picked up a little bit. The Utes lead the Cougars 11-4. We're going to take a short break.
Strains and sprains are common injuries, especially when exercising or playing sports. Falling, twisting, or getting hit can cause a strain or a sprain. Symptoms may include pain, swelling, or being unable to move a joint or muscle. Treatment usually begins with resting the injured body part and applying ice to reduce pain and swelling. Severe strains or sprains may require more extensive treatment, including surgery or physical therapy. For more information on strains and sprains, visit our website at ashleyregional.com.
At B&D RV, we are the Basin's headquarters on providing affordable, comfortable RVs that get you out of the city and into the woods. Whether you're looking for your first RV or your last, here at B&D, we will assist you with your purchase. Stop in today and see our large inventory.
Do you surf the net every time you shop? Well, forget the hard drive and make the short drive down to L&L. We have the best selection in the Basin. At L&L, we're making the car buying experience all that it can be because we're not here just to sell you a car. We're here to build a long, happy relationship. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care.
Welcome back to VTV, Channel 6 production of Uintah Basin High School sports action. We're here at Uintah High School, where the Utes host the Cougars in preseason action. After one period, the Utes lead the Cougars 11-4. And it started slow, John, but things picked up.
Yeah, it's a large crowd here tonight. You know, I'm not sure if it's the size of Uintah growing up or if it's this cross-basin rivalry.
Yeah, and we've got the Cougar Crazies representing, and we have the Utes. They're competing for who's got the better crowd. Here comes a skip pass over to Gardner. Gardner doesn't. Oh, this Gardner passes up a three
to Shumway.
And that is just beautiful basketball because he saw Tyrell Shumway down, and he knew he passed up a good-looking three for a sure 2 points. Smart basketball by Gardner. There's a miss by Latui. Ball up Parker. Parker's going to push. He gets Walters. Walters looking, goes in the middle. Parker shoots a three. Shumway gets a
over the back.
Hey, that's just a battle right there, but he did get the foul, so Shumway with his first. That's a 14 foul for the Utes.
You know, and the Cougars need to get a handle on this trap, this press, and go get some points on the board. 4 points. They're having a little trouble struggling to just keep possession of the ball long enough to get a shot off.
That's good defense, and you might look at that and say, where's the foul call? Walters had body position, and he had his arms outstretched.
And Trevor went into him, and you know, he tried to break the press with a dribble, and his athleticism, it just doesn't work as well as nice passing. Good hustle, Ross. Get out there, put some pressure on Dorian.
Start the 5-second call, hits Shumway. Shumway comes back. Boy, the hands of the Cougars are great. Ross puts that ball in the air. It goes outside to Latui. Latui gets a good look off the rim. Walters looks up, nothing there, gets it to his one. Leyba pushes it up the court. Parker's got a double team. Parker to the baseline. Back out.
Corbin gets hammered going in there.
He takes
and then takes another one from Austin. Austin Stewart just said, no, we're not giving anything easy anymore. You know, you guys got to earn these baskets.
So they give the foul to, was it number 12, Ross? That's his second. 4 team fouls.
Yeah, and that foul came up near the three-point line as he made his first move. John Parker in the corner again. I wouldn't leave him if I was the Cougars.
Misses it long. Cougars bring it up slow. Ross in the front court. Ross, a little move. Get it down the corner. Shumway, quick hands.
Shumway's pretty athletic. You know, he's also new to the program here.
Shumway moved in this year. He's a senior for the Utes. There's a ball forward. It's going to go too far. Parker out of bounds. Walter's going to want that
excited.
one back.
He might need a little rest. Looks like he's going to get a sub right now. And Hankey's going to come in for Ross. Ross been in there a long time, too. He needs a break. And Hollinger coming in for Latui. Or vice versa, probably. So, again, this looks like a 1-1-2 now.
Gardner goes and shows ball pressure on the inbounds. It's interesting. They break it that time, but once you get the ball in the middle, you usually break the press, and the Cougars do.
They do a great job. You know, they've obviously worked on that a little. Battle down beneath, you know. Austin, he doesn't mess around. That kid's pretty tough down there.
He's got a mismatch. He's being guarded by Gardner, and look at Shumway come over the top. And right now, you see that Austin Stewart's, he's on full tilt. He's got to get himself under control. And the Utes had the mismatch with Carter Nielsen guarding him.
And they have the ball, and this is because Ross jumped on that one early in the game, and this is where they got that extra possession. And Ross earned it.
Nice entry pass, a nice score for the Cougars.
They needed that. They needed a basket just to get them back on the board and feel like they can score.
Assist from Hankey. He hits Stewart. Stewart has 4 points on the night. There's a steal. Number 10 All red, all red.
And he
Puts
misses
it
the
down.
dunk. He misses
no,
it.
he missed it. I saw the net go up. Gardner.
Yeah, he got up big, and he wanted some, and, you know, and then there's John Parker again.
Misses it short.
Playing a little lackadaisical, John is, you know. He's younger than most of the kids, so that athleticism just kind of gets you when you're that young.
There's a nice battle down low. That's Shumway against Stewart. Stewart misses a good look.
And Nelson makes a good rebound there. Little guy on the floor getting the ball. Not so little anymore. He's kind of growing up.
Parker takes it, and he gets landed on by 3
And they
Cougars.
call a charge on him because the bowling pins fell down as he came in. Oh, and they're going to discuss it.
I think they're going to reverse that.
Looks
and
like
give him
one
2.
official has an earlier foul than the charging, and he's telling coach, "Here's why. You know, I got this."
So it comes over. You see Coach Gordon Garrett, first-year coach. Both of them looking here to win the rivalry game. Parker on the line for 2. Utes lead 13-6. Parker misses the first. Here comes mass substitution.
Looks like Kobe Mason in. Big Red Shirtlift is in. And number 10, Caden Anderson, comes in.
Caden getting the first minutes of the game. Short again. Shirtlift with a huge rebound. And the Utes going to be able to set their offense up. Swings out the corner. They continue to ignore the shooters in the corner.
John might need a little break here. You know, he's just a little casual, worried about his shot now. That's a good job.
Good ball in. They're going to break it easily there. A little bit different look on that trap, pressuring the ball inbounds. Before they were content to let the ball come and then set the trap.
You know, and just a little different look on this offense. Just a high, up and in the line kind of defense, you know, that they.
Oh, there's a foul, and they push him down, and Parker's a little slow to get up. And good show of sportsmanship coming over. It's number 24, Hollinger, knocked him to the deck. And
you know, and that looks like he just got his arm a little bit high on the arm, not that low, but he seems fine.
Shakes it off, goes to the line. He missed 2 earlier, so free throws unkind to the Utes right now.
This will make all the difference in his later confidence, and it's short.
Short. Seems like he was falling away from that shot when he.
Yeah, he's just a little bit out of it. You know, that athleticism's getting to him, Mark. I see the Cougars just pushing into him and, you know, hitting him, knocking him around a little bit.
Makes the second.
And their coach puts him on the bench. So kind of a new look on both sides. Probably Austin Stewart's the mainstay there, and Horrocks, of course. Horrocks going to get a basket right here.
Sure he is. Horrocks with the left hand, nicely done. Utes pushing up the court quickly. Dorian decides he likes the numbers, and they give him a charge. It was 3-on-1. The Cougars had 3 back. And Walters takes to the rack.
Coach Garrett went nuts. He loved that. He gave his player just all the props he can get. Up and down the floor he went. And again, there's this pressure, and they're kind of giving up the outside. Horrocks with a great wraparound pass to Stewart. And it's a ball game now. You know, the Utes were kind of running away with it for a minute there. And
4 straight points for the Utes, or for the Cougars. 14-8, it's a 6-point game. Both teams with 6 fouls. That one went on Walters. That's his second.
And a miss at the line. Everybody's a little tentative at the line. Gardner comes back in for Shumway. Gardner needed to settle down. He shot a few early baskets that didn't go in, and That'll help him in the
short
long run to
battle,
settle
and
down a little bit.
Horrocks over the back. They've called it all night. He comes over the back of Mason, and you see Coach Garrett come up and say, what? But that's the call they've made all night.
You know,
so.
and Kobe Mason, the sophomore, he gets his butt in there, boxes out well, and the guy has to come over his back to get the ball.
Yeah, you got a sophomore going against a strong senior, Horrocks, of course, and that's going to be one-on-one. That'll put Mason on the line for free throws, front end of a one-on-one here.
And John Parker checked in for Dorian, so kind of the big studs for the Utes are back in, John and Corbin.
Ball's up, looks
Kobe
long, it
Mason a little
is.
excited with that first shot.
Misses the free throw, so still 14-8.
Then we're going to go down the other end and shoot a one-on-one.
So we had a foul on the rebound. And who did they put on the line? I think it's going to be number 14, Hankey, shooting his front end of a one-on-one here. So a lot of missed free throws on both sides. Hankey's up and rattles that one in.
So it's tightening up, 5-point game.
Hankey goes and gives some instructions down to Ryan Richard. Ryan, the 6'3" senior. Hankey misses that one, rebound.
Big Red always getting the rebound, tough to beat. That kid plays a lot taller than he is.
Oh, traveling, boy, and they missed an opportunity. They had number 23 down on the left block. No defender within 10 feet. Shumway comes in for the Utes. 3:35 left here in the second period. Ball out to the corner.
Little control, just a little slow down of the game here for the Union Cougars. Going to just content to work the ball around and look for a deep corner.
Horrocks coming off that.
Good patience, and they found a pretty good shot out of that.
Big rebound, and with the left hand, can't get the curl. Horrocks with the rebound, Horrocks kicks it out.
You know, I quite like Everett Miller's ability to get up in the air and go find the ball there.
Horrocks with the big and one.
He just holds him off, knocks the bucket in, knocks Shumway down, who's not a little boy. Says, hey, I'm here.
Shumway picks up his second. Horrocks with a big take and makes the
puts the game real tight
play.
Now.
14-12.
Low scoring game. Whoever scores here in the next 2 minutes, this is a big part of this game right here.
Pretty critical. They're just a little slow with the second pass. They get that first swing. And here's where the athleticism for the Cougars is paying off. They're getting out of position, but rotating quick, getting their hands on the ball. And the Utes just a little bit slow on those rotation passes. Have guys open for half second, but it's just a little hesitation, and that gap closes down. That's a kick out. Gardner gets it to Shumway. Shumway can't handle the pass. It's going to be cleared out. 14-12. Here comes the Cougars. Hollinger with the ball, swings it out. Hankey back to Hollinger.
So this is just an up and down game, though. That, you know, a lot of. Corbin Gardner thought he had that ball. It's a good. And there he gets it. It's going to go one-on-one, and Hollinger says, no, nothing easy. This is how we're going to play this game.
Hollinger picks up the foul, puts Gardner on the line. That's 8 team fouls for both teams. That's Hollinger's second foul.
Wow, Mark, it's fast-paced. We got Corbin there, and he needs to make a basket to feel better about himself, and he does. He focuses for a minute, had some time on the bench, and kids don't realize how much that helps. And that was some pretty valuable minutes out of Ryan Richards, getting Austin Stewart some rest on the bench as well. And Latui back in for Miller. Again, Miller, I like his ability to jump. That kid can get up. Corbin drains the second one. And no pressure. They pull the press off, go back, and they're going to play a little bit of half court.
The press caused some problems on 2 or 3 possessions. Then the Cougars slowed it down and figured it out, and it led to a couple easy buckets, and it was actually that lazy press that opened up and let them get back in the game as they came back and they had some 2-on-1 opportunities. Now it's content to set up a half-court offense and wait for something to open up. And you see in the corner, Stewart just content to wait in the corner for that. Gardner tries to strip it from Hankey.
Big long arms on Corbin.
Hollinger swings it out.
A lot of patience here, a lot of patience.
Man, Horrocks is strong.
Just a tough kid. Down underneath the block, looks to get the ball, and Nelson jumps in there, pushes the ball forward hard.
There's a nice cut to the basket by Shumway, or not Shumway, excuse me, that's a Shirtliff, Big Red. And Shirtliff's mad at himself for missing that.
You know, and he should be mad for missing it, but he has been injured. You know, he hasn't had a chance to really get warmed up. This is kind of a warm-up practice game for him.
Shirtliff gets to shoot 2. He's one of 2, from the free throw line. Utes with a lot of opportunities from the free throw line. That one's up and in.
Shirtliff's just a workhorse, you know. He's obviously got parents who have taught him how to just work at things. You know, don't take it lightly, and he just has something special about him. My son played a few years ago, and Shirtliff was just tough, beat you up. My son hated playing with him. He just elbow you the whole time and do the things that make you hard to play against.
That one's long. It's going to go a rebound to Austin. Kicks it out.
Hollinger loses the grip on it, but keeps his dribble alive.
17.
Geez, I've been saying number 10 was Everett Miller, and I've been wrong all night. It was Trevor Allred.
Yeah, Miller's number 2 on the. Now you'll remember Miller wore number 10.
Yeah, that's what got me. Thank you, Mark. Made me feel a little better about my mistakes. He was number 10 on the football team.
Nice jump stop from
Good
the 2.
fight.
He finds Austin Stewart, lays it up for 2. Stewart having a nice ball game. Stewart has 6 points for the Cougars.
See if the Utes hold it for the last 30 seconds. Looks like they're going to hold it for the last 30 and just wait and take the last shot. See if they can go in with a little better than a 3-point lead.
17-14. Control the ball and try to get a lead. They look like a 1-3-1 zone that they've been playing all night. Gardner swings it. Swing again. That looks good. It is good. Big 3-pointer from John Parker. Ball's up in the air. That's going to be the end of the first half where the Utes lead the Cougars 20-14. We're here on VTV Channel 6. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks with the Ridgeline Motorsports halftime show.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Hey Uintah Basin, the DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics Card Lock in Naples. Come fill your tank at super low prices with the convenience of a pump. Pilot Logistics continues to provide card lock services, bulk fuel, lubes and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. The new DEF pump is at the Naples location. Here at Pilot Logistics, we are still your neighbors working hard to serve you and invite you to call 789-1832 for more information about all of the services offered by Pilot Logistics.
Are you pushing the limits of riding? Are you holding the steepest side hills? Carving the toughest lines? In the deepest powder? The 2016 Ski-Doo sleds. Are you riding or are you watching? Ski-Doo.
Strains and sprains are common injuries, especially when exercising or playing sports. Falling, twisting, or getting hit can cause a strain or a sprain. Symptoms may include pain, swelling, or being unable to move a joint or muscle. Treatment usually begins with resting the injured body part and applying ice to reduce pain and swelling. Severe strains or sprains may require more extensive treatment, including surgery or physical therapy. For more information on strains and sprains, visit our website at ashleyregional.com.
At B&D RV, we are the Basin's headquarters on providing affordable, comfortable RVs that get you out of the city and into the woods. Whether you're looking for your first RV or your last, here at B&D, we will assist you with your purchase. Stop in today and see our large inventory.
Do you surf the net every time you shop? Well, forget the hard drive and make the short drive down to L&L. We have the best selection in the basin. At L&L, we're making the car buying experience all that it can be, because we're not here just to sell you a car. We're here to build a long, happy relationship. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Hey Uintah Basin, the DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics Card Lock in Naples. Come fill your tank at super low prices with the convenience of a pump. Pilot Logistics continues to provide card lock services, bulk fuel, lubes and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. The new DEF pump is at the Naples location. Here at Pilot Logistics, we are still your neighbors working hard to serve you, and invite you to call 789-1832 for more information about all of the services offered by Pilot Logistics.
Are you pushing the limits of riding? Are you holding the steepest side hills? Carving the toughest lines? In the deepest powder? The 2016 Ski-Doo sleds. Are you riding or are you watching? Ski-Doo.
You're watching the Ridgeline Motorsports Halftime Report
on VTV6.
Welcome back to VTV6 and the Ridgeline Motorsports Halftime Report. We're at Uintah High, where the Utes lead the Cougars 20-14. And John, is this what you expected?
Yeah, just a fast-paced game, athleticism on the Cougar side, a little more basketball on the, and some fast pace on the Utes side. You know, they don't really come down, and in the past they have, and set up an offense and really try to run plays. They just come down, shoot the ball. They take the quickest, earliest, fastest shot, and I'm sure there's some method to coach's madness, but they're really pushing the ball and looking just to really push the ball forward.
Yeah, indeed they do, and you see out there Big Red's mom's out there with the ball. Is she going to check in later?
Not really sure what's going on down there on the floor.
Something, they've got a ball and a picture opportunity, and it looks like the ball is signed by everyone on the team. And there's the handoff. Well, let's have a quick recap. Leading all scorers, John Parker with 14. He's got 3 3-pointers, and he got it done on the free throw line and some layups as well. 2 for Gardner, 2 for Shurtleff, and 2 for Shumway. For the Cougars, you have Horrocks leading the scorers, and Horrocks has 7 points. You'll remember probably one of the more spectacular plays of the game. He goes up against Shumway in the air, absorbs the contact, hits the bucket and the free throw. Stewart right on his heels with 6, and Hankey has 1 free throw. So that's how you get a 20-14 game. And jitters early, low scoring in the first half. Cougars make a quick run in the second period, and then the Utes close it out with a 6-point run of their own. After it got really close.
And it's
there.
a very low-scoring game. The percentage of completion on baskets is very low on both teams because they've had a lot more shots. It's not like they're playing a defensive game and nobody's getting shots up. They're just running up and down and taking shots, and as much as Union goes down, and they do run a little bit more offense, but not much. They look to score as fast as well. Kind of the new style, I guess, both new coaches, maybe coming from a club perspective, and that's a little more how the game's played in the club level.
Yeah, the AAU's taking over basketball on the prep level, and they get up and down the court. And they press all the time. Well, I can't wait to see what happens. Want to remind everyone that there are DVD copies of tonight's game available. Contact the friendly folks at VTV Channel 6 at 781-1902 for more information. And also, this is just a bonus for us, not regularly scheduled an early preseason game like this, but since it was the Cougars and the Utes, some private donors got together and got us here. And let's take a look at the schedule,
Mark,
that's
before
coming
we do
up.
that, we had a huge request for this game. Lots of people calling into the station saying, hey, please play the game, So VTV stepped up, got some donations, and they're here tonight to make sure this program goes out. And they're going to have great coverage all year long, starting in January on the 5th. They're going to have Duchesne and Union, and then they're going to do Duchesne and Altamont, and then every home game. There's a big long list. I go through them all. You need to get on VTV, check out the schedule. But that first few games, they're going to have January 5th, Duchesne at Union. On January 8th, Duchesne at Altamont, and Maple Mountain at Uintah. And then you have to look at it from there. But a lot of games, a lot of game coverage through the month of January and February.
And you remember now that the Utes have moved up to 4A, and so you're going to see a lot of new teams coming to the Basin. It'll be interesting to watch and see what happens there.
There's a little more parity in 4A, Mark. Teams are more equal. In 3A, you play a team and you're better. You play a team and you're worse. And there's once in a while you play a team that you're pretty much the same at. 4A tends to be a little more parity.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how the Utes handle that. About 15 seconds here to tip off. So we'll just keep it here on VTV 6. And that's the end of the Ridgeline Motorsports halftime report. Want to thank all of the sponsors that help us bring the game to you tonight. And in the huddle, the new coaches having their words. And the Cougars are going to be the first one out on the court, and you see Coach Hardy giving the Utes the last-minute instructions. And both teams got to feel good about that. I think if you're the Cougars, you're visiting, and you come in and you play a half like that, and you're within 6 points of the Utes, you got to feel good about that. And the Utes, they've got the lead, so now all they have to do is build on that. So both teams probably feel pretty good about their positions, and here we go.
Looks like both teams start the way they started the game. You see in the middle of the floor there, number 10. That is Trevor Allred, a.k.a. Everett Miller.
There's the trap on the edge, and that's going to open up that shot for Gardner. Gardner hesitated, and that's going to be a blocking foul. Wow, I kind of thought it was good defense. Nobody on the Utes side is going to complain about that.
I thought they were going to call traveling.
No, they got a blocking foul, and that went against Austin Stewart. That's Austin's second.
And good high pressure on
Nielsen has a wide open three, doesn't shoot. Parker in the corner, it's just off. I'm not sure if somebody got a piece of that, but it's an air ball.
And you hear the Cougar crazies giving it to him. I think Nelson should have taken that three-pointer when he had a good look.
Yeah, straightaway three-pointer. Nobody rotated over. And once you don't shoot it in rhythm, it's probably not a time to shoot it. There's a backdoor cut by Latui, and there's going to be a scramble, and Gardner gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
And it works out, he stops a sure basket because we saw Trevor finish it and make one. but it's a foul on Gardner. So 1 foul apiece, start the second half.
That's Gardner's second foul, first team foul for the Cougars, as I previously mentioned. Corner 3, it's long.
Great box out. The whole team boxed out for Union.
Allred puts it back in.
Trevor plays a little ball off season, you can see.
Ball out, Gardner, quick 3, Gardner hits it. That's what he needed to get going.
You know, he just settled down in the second half. You can see a little more confidence, a little more pep in his step. But he's playing Trevor, and Trevor already, he's feeling good and looking good.
Cougars.
And that switch just makes it look like a zone, but it is man-to-man switch.
Big battle between Horrocks and Mason on the
Little
post.
backdoor.
Nice cut there. It's off the rim. There's a push-off. Doesn't matter. He gets the bucket. Austin Stewart.
Little excitement there as we push the ball forward. So Mason gets a minute and a half to start the second half, and Trevor Shirtliff back in the game. You know, I watch Nelson. If he gets a chance to watch this game back, you know, he struggled a little bit in the JV game. Just didn't get off to a good start this game, and it's just carrying over. Boy, that was a great take and a great finish.
He has a trap coming on the sideline. He beats the trap baseline, comes back in, and then softly rolls the ball over the edge of the hoop. Parker with the take, and he's going to rattle that one in.
And now they're going to put a little pressure on. See Coach jump up, say, let's have some pressure. And the Cougars are just going to beat that pressure up the floor.
Latui shoots. Austin touches the ball out of bounds.
Boy, it could have been a foul too. So they go with the lesser of the two evils and give the ball to the Cougars out of bounds.
Austin Stewart is a force on the offensive glass.
He's a big boy.
He's caught some. That he just got his feet tangled up. The Cougars wanted a foul. Up the court to Walters. Walters scoops it, takes some contact, goes down, no call. Cougars back quickly.
Boy, and I thought Horrocks did foul there, but did a good job to use his athleticism, get that stop, and then back up the floor.
Oh, and the Utes just let, how about that? Allred just comes in, the ball bounces twice before he gets the rebound. The Utes just didn't do anything with the rebound.
Coach is livid. And you see one of the assistant coaches just come out there, just fired up.
Yeah, that ball bounced twice. They boxed out so well that it could bounce twice. Finally, Allred says, hey, you know what? I'll just take that and put it in for 2. It was an early Christmas present. Santa came early to the Allred house. Cougars trail by 3 here at Uintah High School. Timeout by the Utes. They want to get things under control.
Boy, Mark, it's a little faster pace in the second half. I thought they'd come out, play a little slower game. But the Union Cougars came out aggressive, hard, going at it. You see there, coach talking to him in this timeout, going to get things settled in. What a good start to the second half for both teams.
8 points for the Cougars here in the second half. Allred has 4, Latui with 2, and Stewart with 2. 5 for the Utes, Gardner with the 3, and Parker with the layup. Cougars have cut the lead down from 6 to 3. Utes with the ball after the timeout. Going to a set play here, try to get it calmed down and get 2 points.
And that was just a go get the ball kind of play.
Walters picked up his dribble, which is always dangerous.
And Latui takes advantage of it. Walters, he got lit up by one of the coaches after the timeout. And,
there's a 3-pointer, it's off. It's going to be rebounded, long rebound by Latui. Checked by Nielsen. Over the top pass, Stewart with a nice catch, misses it. Gardner, and he's going to get over the back from Allred.
You know, and coach is getting on already. He's like, you don't need to do that. We're 94 feet away from our basket. Let him have the ball and let's go. Shumway just checks in for the Utes. Nelson comes out, gonna go a little bigger.
Allred's first foul.
And the Utes can do that. They can go pretty big. Most of their wing players can handle the ball like a point guard. So there's Shirtliff. He's going to show his ability to shoot the ball from three-point land. Hasn't showed his ability to make it yet.
He's got the green light from the coach. There's a crossover from Ross. Ross finds Austin. Austin misses the straightaway 15-footer. There's a battle and a jump ball.
Boy, and we don't have that replay there, but that was a good effort on both kids.
Yeah, and you see right there, and that's number 24, Shirtliff for the Utes, coming in on a ball he probably didn't have any business catching. And there's a ball out of bounds that's going to stay with the Cougars.
Shumway does a great job to get around Horrocks there. Horrocks run in there. He's like, hey, give me the ball. I'm going to score right here. And there you go with Trevor does it again. Ooh. He was open one more time. Ross the big shot fake. Latui, he's going to just reset things. Coach, let's go run a play. And the play is Ross going to shoot a three-pointer, knock it
Why
down.
not?
Tie ball game.
Ross with 3, 25 all, 4 minutes left in the third period. Cougar Crazies on their feet, look to the bench for the play. And they're checking out much tougher on the two wing players for the Utes. Pressure out. You got Horrocks and Latui checking those two. So there's some screen. Shumway up high off the glass, misses it, but he's got 2.
You know, and that's a good point you make there, Mark. At halftime, Coach said, hey, don't let the Parker kid, don't let the Gardner kid go off on us. Get out there and put something in their face. And we'll go out and tie this game up. And sure enough, they've done it.
Shumway, first free throws of the game. It looked like he was going to make the first, misses it.
You know, and that shot's not a big looping shot. Big wholesale subs. Looks like they left Stewart in and Ross, and they sub in Hollinger, Miller, and Hankey.
The Utes 30% from the line, 3 for 10. He rattles in now 4 for 11. Shumway breaks the all-tie, 26-25 Utes.
Just a fun game, Mark. You know, look at the pressure out there. Pick the ball up, and we're going to come get it from you. Well done, Shumway.
Shirtliff bringing it, gets it to Walters. Walters with the left hand up and in.
That's that hustle-up basketball we're talking about. You know, they don't go set a play. They just go shoot layups.
Easier to score when you don't have a defense set in front of you. Nice ball fake take. They're going to give a foul, and a nice take by Ross. I think they got it on Shumway. They do, 50.
You know, Shumway jumps right there, but he does jump straight up, and that you're going to get that call in a prep game. But, you know, pretty good D all around after Ross makes the three-pointer and kind of forces good defense on him out there and makes his first free throw.
Ross makes the first. That's his first free throw of the game.
And Leba subs in for Walters. Give Darian a little break, let him think about the game. 2 of them for Ross. He's kind of got the hot hand all of a sudden.
Ross with 5 points here in the second half. And the Cougars shooting 50% from the free throw line. They're 4 for 8. Leba's pass bounced in the air. Shumway went to go get it. Shumway looking, finds Gardner.
Pressure is out there now.
Gardner
just says, don't matter. I don't care if you want to pressure me. I'm going to step over here and knock a three-pointer down.
Trading 3s for 2s.
Game's getting funner, just up and down.
Parker scrambles and
boy, you know, Gardner didn't want that ball to go the other way, and he kept thinking it was his ball, but no, it went off his leg. I don't know if he didn't feel that or if he just was working the system here. They give Hankey an open look. He doesn't take it. Ross, he'll take it. He's on fire. Shumway with the good box out, and he gets the rebound. Parker's going hard at it.
Finds Shumway for the 15-footer, and he knocks it down.
That was not only a 15-footer, it was a little bit of a fall-away 15-footer, Mark.
That's just good penetration. Anytime you can take 3 people with you in the lane, you're going to have somebody open. Parker gets in, realizes he has the triple team, finds Shumway, who rewards him for making that nice assist. Make it easier for him to pass it off next time when you have faith in your teammates. Back and forth. This time the three, nothing but net.
Hankey shoots the next one they give him. So, that open jumper, they're working the ball around, and they keep getting that open look. So just trading baskets now.
3-point ball game.
And Hollinger's just taking it upon himself to just not let Parker have it. And geez, Parker gets shoved to the ground. And it goes against the Utes a little bit there.
Yeah, it does, because right there, Shirtliff had a nice rebound, and he was on the right block going back up.
And they called the foul up on the top there, and it was a foul, The battle was on, and I know Coach asked Hollinger to just tell him what kind of gum Parker's chewing, and I guess Latui's going to go do it for a minute.
Hollinger, that's his third foul. So tight pressure, you see that pressure's up, it's just tight. There's the rotation. Here it comes. And right there, the push, and are they going to give him shots? Parker pushes, gets fallen to the ground, and he just flings it up. The question is, do they get shots out of it, or is it on the ground?
No,
they call it on the ground, it's out of bounds.
And the truth of it is, that foul comes before the ball's thrown in, and it could have been a technical foul. It's a line they're not going to cross right here in this game. It's too close to make the refs the decision maker, but.
Shirtliff with the three. Shirtliff looks good. It is good.
Boy, Big Red shows he can make that one. He's not afraid to put that up. You give him an open look, he can knock one down. And we're all square back to the first half, that 6-point lead that we started with.
Full timeout by the Cougars. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Strains and sprains are common injuries, especially when exercising or playing sports. Falling, twisting, or getting hit can cause a strain or a sprain. Symptoms may include pain, swelling, or being unable to move a joint or muscle. Treatment usually begins with resting the injured body part and applying ice to reduce pain and swelling. Severe strains or sprains may require more extensive treatment, including surgery or physical therapy. For more information on strains and sprains, visit our website at ashleyregional.com.
At B&D RV, we are the Basin's headquarters on providing affordable, comfortable RVs that get you out of the city and into the woods. Whether you're looking for your first RV or your last, here at B&D, we will assist you with your purchase. Stop in today and see our large inventory.
Welcome back to Uintah High School, where the Utes hosting the Cougars here on Uintah Basin High School Sports Action, brought to you by VTV 6. Mark Mason, John Nurden on the call. And it's a 6-point game, the same we came out of the first half, and it's been back and forth. It's a battle here in the third period, and the scoring has picked up for both teams.
Yes, it has. We scored about this many points in the whole first half, in the same in the second quarter. In fact, was it?
It was 20-14 coming out. Both teams scoring 16 points here in the third period, and so the Cougars already
with
passed.
A minute left.
In the period. And so both teams the Cougars surpassing their total for the first half, and I think that's the butterfly effect. They've kind of settled down and started playing ball, and there's some tight pressure.
There's up and in, tight pressure.
That's going to be a charge.
And he's definitely there. That he was there set for a long time.
Yep, and Latui is just that kind of guy. He's got a head full of steam. He's used to taking contact. And in that case, Shumway just beat him to the spot. Nothing you can do about that. Go back the other way, reset. Swing it out, Parker catches high. Oh, and Gardner doesn't even look for the shot. That's surprising. He was open for a second. And there's a reach-in foul for Miller. That'll be Miller's third foul. Leba, and they've passed up a couple of looks on the three, and I wonder if that's an intentional coaching. And that'll be the one-on-one, the bonus.
Boy, that's an uneven foul count, but it hasn't felt uneven. The Cougar Crazies aren't mad.
I think
it's
the
just
fouls
more
are being, and they've played that way. The coaches said, get up in their grill, rearrange the furniture, make it hard for them to do anything. Leba misses the first, and again, the bane of the Utes here is missed free throws.
And Mark, that's pretty typical with the high school team early in the year. It's hard to be ready to shoot free throws under pressure.
A lot of contact underneath. They're going to give a foul call here. I think it's going to go against
Leyba was grabbing Everett Miller. You know, he's getting through there, and he just did a little tug on him.
That's Leyba's second foul.
We're going to throw Mason back in the mix. He's going to come in for shirt lift, keep that groin pull better, and see what Mason can do here this half.
Lots of motion from the Cougars. Backdoor cuts, cross screens. There's a take. There's a foul. It's a take by Ryan Richards. They're going to give that foul to Shumway. Number 50, Tyrell Shumway, moved in this year. He's a senior for the Utes. Big, strong,
is that
Hulk
four for
of a kid.
Shumway? I believe it's 4 fouls for Shumway.
Yeah, and he does have 4 on the night. He's one of 2 players with foul trouble. The other is Hollinger, who's on the bench for the Cougars. That ball is short, so it ends up being a good foul. Going in for a strong layup, and Richards misses the front end of that.
Here we go for his second look.
With the left hand, that ball looks long. It's long. There's going to be a battle underneath. They're going to give a foul, and it's going to go against Latui. Latui points at himself, says, what? No, it's a lane violation. Look at that. Okay, we have a lane violation, not a foul. They're going to give him the reshot, and I don't see who came in early.
I didn't either. You know, the refs are watching that. We're watching the basketball, whether it goes in or not.
That one, and so in this case, Richards makes him pay for the mistake.
And I'd say he went early again right there. You know, he's just stepped in a second early, forcing the ref to make a call. And Mason's tied up in the corner. Union puts 2 right on him, tight as he can be, and they knock it out of bounds.
Utes with the ball on the sideline, looking in. Leyba back to Mason, back to Leyba. Quick skip back. Deep 3 from Gardner. Looks good, is good.
Gardner's come alive here in the second half, knocking 3 of those down. Leyba putting the high pressure on, and everybody else.
Oh, it looked good from our angle.
It was online as far as distance and just off to the right.
Just off to the right, and so a shootout in the third period, and now the Utes lead the Cougars 39-31. They extend their lead by 2. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for the exciting finish of this game.
Do you surf the net every time you shop? Well, forget the hard drive and make the short drive down to L&L. We have the best selection in the basin. At L&L, we're making the car buying experience all that it can be, because we're not here just to sell you a car. We're here to build a long, happy relationship. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
Welcome back to VTV 6. Mark Mason, John Nurden here. Uintah High School, where the Utes host the Cougars. Preseason action for both teams. Here's the final quarter, the fourth quarter. Utes extend the lead to 8. And John, this is about what we expected. It's just a battle.
It really is. You know, I watched Coach Garrett in the the quarter break, and he just tried to settle his kids down a little bit. You know, he said, hey, let's just settle this down. We're all right, you know. They got a big basket there late. Jeez.
Oh, that is just an incredible play. And Coach Garrett just puts his hands on his head. What do? You force a guy into a bad shot, and then Walters just banks it off the glass and makes it a beautiful shot. Oh, and that's just how you break a press right there. Just 1, 2, 3, and Austin Stewart makes him pay. And wow, I do not know what's going on here. Parker just kind of stops his drive, and the Cougars pounce on the ball, bodies flying all over the place, and they say he hit the line.
You know, I think he looked determined to go in, and he went in and they shut him off, and he didn't know what to do with it. He didn't have a backup plan.
Yeah, no wing player out on the edge to help him with an outlet. Ross picks up his dribble, picks it up to Stewart. Walters checks
Stewart
him.
wants some of that back from Walters.
There's that cut across the middle, Leba with a little bit of a mismatch. Stewart checked by Mason. Stewart short. The Utes can't get their hands on the ball. Stewart picks it back up. Hustle play, and there's the three, and it's good.
Knocks it down.
Hankey makes the Utes pay for not getting their hands on the rebound. Hankey with his second three-pointer of the half. He's got 6 points in the half. Walters with 3, it's off.
Walters never did get set. He was open, so he shot it. Ooh.
Oh, that's a carry, and they got him.
Yeah, he got that ball hooked up on his leg and just rolled it over. Leba's going to come out, and Mason's going to come out. We're going to put Big Red in there. And Nilsson, Carter going to give it a little run here.
That was interesting. Coach was talking to him, and Carter had the ball in his hands, and that's going to be a 5-second call. Shurtleff with the take, and they call a foul. Oh, wow. And Allred is just beside himself.
He's like, wait a minute, I got a lot of ball there, sir.
And they give the foul to, they haven't put it up on the board yet. It is Allred that picks up the foul. That's his third foul. 8 team fouls for the Cougars, 4 for the Utes. Utes in the bonus. Shurtleff has 2. Shurtleff makes the first.
You know, I like Shurtleff. He just composed himself, steps up there high, clear up by the three-point line, gets the ball, you know, takes a little breath, and then steps up to the line. Just a little different rhythm he's got there, but settles in, makes 4 in a row. From the free throw line, a couple three-pointers.
Shurtleff with his 7th point of the game. Here's the press from the Utes. Slows down the offense a little bit for the Cougars. They get it up, get it in the middle. Hankey goes to the left or right. There's a shot. Oh, it looked like it was going to find its way in. There's a big rebound by Gardner, gets it up. Walters with the right hand lays it up and in, and that is a heck of a play by Gardner. Double team running out of bounds, hucks it over his shoulder, and Walters makes them. Oh, I see what you were saying. That was that late rotation. There's a 4-on-1. Does Walters recognize it? Goes up, scoops it, put back, up and in by Gardner.
Gardner recognized it. You know, if you follow up correctly on that, there you go. Coach has to get a timeout. Garrett says, wait a minute, game getting out of hand.
Game is kind of slipping away. It's 5:50 left. Plenty of time left for the Cougars.
Just take a 30.
But they are down by 11, so Garrett says, get them in here. Calm down, boys. We're not playing our game right now.
So, you know, as that layup goes, a good basketball player, you know, Corbin Gardner played a lot of basketball, and he just follows it up and says, I'm going to play the miss on this. If he misses it, I'm going to be in position to make that next shot. And that's always a challenge for a kid who doesn't play year-round, but, you know, of course, Gardner, member rec center.
I came here this morning at 6 a.m. for a 7th grade basketball practice. 6 in the morning. I walk by the court, the lights are on. It's Corbin Gardner shooting threes all by himself, and he's in a full lather. So he's been playing for a while, he's shooting by himself, and he gets up early. You know, that's a kid that just, he thinks and eats, sleeps, and drinks basketball.
Yeah, he'd like to play at the next level, and as a junior, he's looking pretty good. Always a challenge from the Basin to get that look from coaches, but that kind of effort, I'm really impressed.
Kind of a trap look from the Utes. Walters nearly gets it. Stewart gets it blocked. They call a foul. Wow, Shurtleff had a good look, but I think he got his arm coming across, and that's going to put Austin Stewart on the line for 2.
You know, and he did get his arm. He's in there, and he puts his arm up there and, you know, try to get away with one, and he didn't.
First one up, looks good. He bangs it in.
Rattles it off the front back end, Banker. Austin, he's a pretty big kid.
That's 11 on the night for Stewart. He leads the Utes, or the Cougars, excuse me, in scoring. Hits the second. He's 2 for 4 from the line on the game.
And he uses his height to make himself the biggest kid on the floor, and he plays like it.
Parker triple team, gets it back out, and that opens it up. He's going to have a good look. It's going to be good.
I thought he was going to step back for a three-pointer, and he thought better of it and shot that. That was inside out basketball.
It's just good basketball. They put the Cougars through the spin cycle. They turn the defense around 3 times. That opens up a shot. 11-point lead still, and then Parker tries to reach and doesn't get it. 16 fouls for the Utes, and the Utes need to be careful not to put the Cougars, at the free throw line. That stops the clock with the Cougars an opportunity to score, but one more foul and they're there. 16 fouls for the Utes, 8 for the Cougars, nearly in the double bonus.
And Coach wasn't real happy with that call, but you can't reach in, even if you got long arms.
Yep.
You touch a kid's wrist, it's a foul.
Big battle between Stewart and Shumway. Baseline move, it looked like it was gonna go home. Latui with a big offensive rebound.
Just comes in from nowhere.
There's a blocking, and what happened there is Allred came in from the baseline. Shumway was set, picked up his feet, and tried to set again. But if he'd stayed in his original position, maybe he gets the charge.
So you said Shumway, you meant Big Red.
Big Red, excuse me, that was Shurtleff, number 24.
Shumway, Shurtleff, same difference. One with red hair, one with dark hair.
Allred hits the first of 2.
But he does foul on a sure basket, and he tries to get the charge and makes Shumway, a.k.a. Ever Miller, make it through the free throw line.
Miller makes them both.
No, that's not Miller.
Excuse me, that's Allred, number 10.
I just mocking myself.
Big trap from the Cougars.
And Ross does a good job, and there could have been a foul there on Dorian. You see he kind of hooks Ross from our angle. I'm not sure if the TV picked that up as well, but definitely a good hustle play by Ross. And Shumway out. Dorian's going to stay in. Shumway needs that break with 4 fouls. See if he can get a little rest, come back in the game. And here we go. The crowd's into the game. Both teams a little bit nervous here. The ball's on the ground.
Latui picks it up. Latui picks up his dribble. He could be in trouble. No pressure from the Utes. Ross down to the corner, and that's just a miscommunication. Ross expects Stewart to slide down the post and doesn't. Just a turnover.
And I thought Latui did a great job not to travel.
Parker's going to be short on that 3. Picked up by Gardner. Gardner drives. Gardner hit by Horrocks. I think they're going to give the foul on Horrocks from behind with the body, although he cleanly stuffed him with the hands.
They gave that to 24, I believe. 23. Latui got the foul on that one.
So from the front, Latui coming up and hitting the body. Horrocks was from behind. Horrocks got the strip.
Little double team foul.
Gardner up and in.
Gardner's looked pretty good this half. He had 2 points the first half. What is he, 9, 10, 11, 12 this half?
12, he has 3 3-pointers, a 2-point basket in the first of 2 free throws. Makes a second. Gardner's 4 for 4 from the line, one of the brightest spots from the free throw line for the Utes.
And you see just a one-man pressure. Going to just pressure the ball handler up the floor, get it out of his hands. Boy.
That's going to be a travel. I think it was not a travel.
I think it was.
It's that Euro step, and he has to get rid of the ball on the jump.
Yeah, so when he did that last jump, then he took another step. That's where the travel comes in.
So
Dorian with the hustle.
Dorian kicks out. Parker not looking to shoot.
But boy.
They've gone to a much different look here where they've got 2 guys running the baseline and then 3 up top. And that ball thrown by Nielsen.
Nielsen was passing it to Coach, I think.
Yeah, and Coach Hardy says, I need a timeout if that's how it's going to be. I'm not playing. So timeout, and somebody's going to get a butt chewing.
So they take a 30-second timeout. Going to talk about things.
Well, I want to remind you that this game's streaming live at vtvchannel6.com and will be rebroadcast. Also, if you're out there and you want to support Uintah Basin High School basketball, that's Altamont, Duchesne, Roosevelt, and Uintah.
And
Tabiona. There are still great sponsorship opportunities available for VTV's coverage of local high school basketball this season. Contact VTV at 781-1902 for more information. And I've got to tell you, A lot of people watch these games, John, and they don't only watch them from the basin, but they watch them from all over.
And, you know, the sponsorship really does do good advertising because those kids come home and they watch the game. And they're the future of our community, and their parents are watching their kids. So you've got a big, huge crowd here who goes home and watches the game. So
streaming live, and then it's rebroadcast several times on the VTV Channel 6 and Channel 6 in high definition. So the Cougars, nice play there. Horrocks comes in baseline, misses the layup. Up quickly, Shurtleff looks, decides he doesn't have anything, backs it out. Gardner doesn't take it, but travels.
Has to
and
shoot there. That
should
same
have
thing.
shot.
It's that same thing. As soon as he took those 2 steps, he has to shoot that.
Yeah,
he can't dribble or pass it.
He needed to shoot that or just catch it and hold it and let the offense come back around. Walters pressure up,
Boy,
Horrocks with the ball.
He is on Ross, getting it out of Ross's hands.
And
That's
there's
a good finish.
nice hit by Richards. Richards, that's his 3rd point of the game.
A very important point for the Cougars at this moment. You know, that stops a little bit of a run, puts it in single digits, and it's the best opportunity they've had in a minute.
Gardner takes some contact and puts it off the glass. It's a bad miss. Coming back up the court right now, Allred throws it up.
A little excited. And that's that pressure where they're keeping it out of Ross's hands, and it's making all the difference.
Yeah,
you know, coaches are yelling at Corbin Gardner because he felt like he got a foul there and he just threw one up. And they said, don't do that, you know, take a minute. We're up by 9.
Looking down, Shurtleff posting, Walters, pressure by Ross.
And they're saying, hey, you got to come out and guard us. Interesting. They're just forcing them to play.
There's the swing. It should be a wide open shot. It is. It's short, and it's over the head of Shumway.
You know, he doesn't box out. He just jumps for that.
Allred up to Latui. Latui loses the handle. Shumway on the ground. It's going to be a jump. Did you see Shurtleff, the senior?
Right on it.
He's
we need a timeout. We want the ball.
Yeah, he's calling for a timeout. That's a heady play from a senior and one of your team leaders.
And probably the right time to do it, you know. As a coach, late in the game, if I got plenty of timeouts, I'm okay. But if I'm saving timeouts, you know, I don't want him doing that, but there's plenty.
Not a lot of timeouts taken by either team right at this point.
Ross,
so they have leftovers.
He's filling it. Oh, looked good in and out. And that's a great rebound by Hankey. Up and over.
Latui, there's a jump ball. And Latui's like, man.
That boy's big. Where did he come from? Boy, that was just a great heads-up play, you know. And Coach is frustrated with that, Coach Garrett. But, boy, and we don't have the replay tonight, but we will. We'll get the L&L replay back in here.
Utes content to bleed clock, 1:30
they're
left.
gonna just bleed a lot of clock. Why shoot a shot early? Shurtleff, he thinks better
about it. And you know, at this point, you still got to play basketball. I've seen the Utes in years past try to bleed clock, and then, you know, pressure comes.
Boy, Torian can flat out dribble.
There's an open shot. Gardner passes it up. Get it in the middle, and there's the turnover. Oh, knocked out of bounds by Walters. And what a hustle play by Allred, coming across, anticipating that. We got a timeout on the court. Timeout, and it looks like it'll be a full timeout. So we're going to take a short break here on VTV6. We'll be right back for the last minute of this exciting game.
Hey, Uintah Basin, the DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics Card Lock in Naples. Come fill your tank at super low prices with the convenience of a pump. Pilot Logistics continues to provide card lock services, boat fuel, lubes and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. The new DEF pump is at the Naples location. Here at Pilot Logistics, we are still your neighbors working hard to serve you and invite you to call 789-1832 for more information about all of the services offered by Pilot Logistics.
Are you pushing the limits of riding? Are you holding the steepest side hills? Carving the toughest lines? In the deepest powder? The 2016 Ski-Doo sleds. Are you riding? Or are you watching? Ski-Doo.
What a crowd tonight, Mark.
Yeah, here on VTV 6's coverage of Uintah Basin High School sports action. I don't think anyone sat down in the gym tonight.
Not for a while. You know, I see on the front row there a couple of Uintah shirts, 3 previous basketball players that aren't out there tonight. Just a different look this year.
There's the Cougar Crazies. They're representing. On the opposite side of the court, there's a crossover. Backdoor cut by Horrocks. It doesn't work. Gets the ball to Parker. Parker, here comes some pressure. He swings it to Nielsen. 53 seconds left. The Utes lead by 9. They've got a foul if they want to get the ball back. And there's the foul there. It's going to put Nielsen on the line for one-on-one. Next foul's a double bonus.
I like the way John Parker looked at that. You know, if they're not going to guard him, I'm going to go to the hole. And that's where they need to be finishing off the game, is going to the layups. Uh-oh, Corbin Gardner with a little hip hitch in his giddy up. Looks like he might have sprained his ankle. That's a big loss for the Utes. That's a huge loss for the Utes.
So Leba quickly in the court, and they're calling for the trainer. The trainer's coming across the court.
Maybe he just has a Charlie horse. Now they're rubbing it out. Looks like a soccer player just got a cramp.
Leba misses, and excuse me, they are in the double bonus, so Leba misses the front end.
That would be Nelson shooting.
Nielsen, excuse me. Carter Nielsen, number 3. Leba wears number 4. Leba was the substitute that came in for Gardner, and well, he's shot 2. Did they foul him on a 3-point shot?
Not really sure.
Or did they call a lane violation?
Not really sure, Mark. And they're coming over here to talk to Coach, explaining it. Coach is like, well, come on. Just keep giving him free throws. What's up with that?
Yeah, maybe until he makes one. He's had 2 opportunities. Here's the third, and he makes it on the third one.
Well, all right. It looks like this game's going to be out of reach here. You know, they got to make a basket right now, the Cougars do, and they turn it over. Shurtleff with a little bit of a hop step there as he's dribbling the ball up. You know, everyone on this team, boy, you know, don't hurt a kid. 30 seconds left, you're down by 10, be careful.
Ross comes up with the semi-hard foul on Shurtleff.
And I don't think he meant it to be that hard. I think they just kind of fell into each other.
Shurtleff, the shirt he wears underneath it says Mack Truck. He's a big old boy, and he's not going to be affected by that. Shurtleff with the opportunity for 2 free throws. He puts the first one up and in.
Coach puts Mason in for Leba. He's going to go in there and try to get himself a rebound.
Shurtleff 5 for 7 from the free throw line.
And this game's over. Looks like the Utes have a strong look towards 4A, and so do the Union Cougars have a strong look towards 3A.
Shurtleff rattles the second one out. Cougars quickly up. Ross with the ball, hands Latui out.
Jeez.
Deep 3, it's good. Oh, it looked good. I thought he made that. Parker with the rebound. Parker's going to maintain the dribble. A little reach in, doesn't get it, and there's the foul from behind from Hankey.
Hankey just trying everything he can do. You know, he just put a great effort in. You know, I think Hankey played as good as anybody did tonight. So
Parker has 18 on the night. He leads all scorers. Opportunity to make 2 more here.
And he rattles one out.
He is 1 for 5 from the line. Opportunity for a second.
1 for 5. Come on now. And he rattles another one. Just had the commentator jinx there on that one too, you know.
Hankey with the 3. That one does go in. Hankey's made 3 3-pointers in the second half. We got a timeout on the bench. And that came from the Roosevelt side. Coach Garrett ran all the way down to the baseline to make sure he got that timeout. 3.2 seconds left, down by 8. Here on VTV 6, it's a full timeout with 3 seconds left.
Well, you know, as they make a three-pointer, that's what you're supposed to do. Call a timeout,
get a
that
foul,
clock stopped, see
maybe
if you can
have
make something
a
happen.
couple of missed free throws, cut it to 5. Who knows, huh? Well, I got to say on both sides of the ball, I think there's encouraging things. The Utes are going to be happy to have the win tonight.
Definitely.
And there's
Good way
been some things that both teams will have to work on as well. But both of them can look forward from this game and say, yep, looks like a strong season for both of us. So out on the court, it's Ross, Hankey, Latui, Miller, and
The true Alfred
Allred.
Miller.
Yeah. And the Utes have yet to break the huddle. They've had their first warning.
What are you talking about that long with 3 seconds left?
Always something to teach these kids this age. So you've got Leba, Shirtliff, Nielsen, Walters, and Parker on the court. They're going to set up in a line formation, get the ball in, and it's just burn the clock. And there is the double zeros, and the Utes win their first game. Kenny Hardy's first win as the UNA Utes head coach. Congratulations, Coach Hardy. And here comes the Ute fans onto the court, and do you know what this is all about?
I don't, do you?
No, I've never seen this before. The Ute fans laying on their backs at center court, and the handshakes from both teams. And that, John, was a battle.
That was a battle. That was a fun game. Good to see. You know, I see the administration kind of step up, walk out to the court and go, what's going on here? So,
well, maybe new traditions being formed by the fans as well. So Coach Kenny Hardy, perfect as a coach so far, 1-0.
he'd like to keep it that way for the whole season.
Yeah, I think that's a lofty goal. You play to win. So the Cougars on the road tonight, and they battled their hearts out, come away with a loss. Congratulations to both teams, and the Utes for the win. For VTV Channel 6, I'm Mark Mason. With me was John Nurden. Thanks for tuning in.
See you next time.